The Rap Roundtable.
The Rap Roundtable returns with episode 89. We are the most dangerous, most inspirational, most influential podcasters with an edge.
You can't hear us at Target yet.
Not yet.
We're not Target level.
I wouldn't
just
mind
yet.
doing a live show at a Target. Yo, Target's where all the honeys is at. You know what I mean? Shit, come
Get
through.
shirted
You know
out.
what I
Bro,
mean?
cut the check.
Talk
Target.
heavy. Talk heavy.
Tajay.
You know what I mean?
Target.
But nevertheless, we are the Rap Roundtable.
Yes.
It's your boy Jarv here alongside Sister the Rap Snob.
What up?
Alongside Dini the Balance.
May the force be with you.
Macito has some family obligations, so he could not be with us tonight.
Macito.
Yeah, we miss you, Mace, but we know family comes first.
Of course.
You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Twitter. The beat you hear playing in the background is brought to you by Sincere Beats. He makes beats.
Holla at me.
Listen, if you're looking for these beats, make sure you cop up. We made a sale about a week ago. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I mean? Cop these beats. Don't front. Leroy Green, stop fronting. You sending me the music, but you ain't getting these beats from Sin yet. Pause.
Leroy.
You know what I mean?
Placements.
DMs,
2024.
my DMs is empty, man. What's going on?
We know a lot of artists watch these shows. Shout out to the first person who stepped up to the plate and said, yo, I want that beat. What we got to do to make that shit happen. He was
Facts.
about his business. Salute to you. I think it was Firebird Phoenix was his name. Big up yourself.
Firebird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, if you don't know by now, you know what I mean?
We are tonight's entertainment.
So let's get right into it, fellas. We did the live,
Yes, sir.
and in the midst of that, things spilled over. And it got into a conversation about backpackers and mainstream, and
It's a fire
it
conversation.
was a fire
It was deep.
conversation.
It needed to be had.
Great build.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And in the midst of that, I let it be known that I find backpack rappers or fans of backpackers or whatever the fuck, can't even
Well,
talk.
I mean, the whole
the whole
thing. The whole
I
scope,
find them
the
to
whole
be
spectrum of it.
pretentious,
Okay.
cantankerous, arrogant
That's a word.
motherfuckers.
Okay.
They're very annoying. And in the midst of that, Sincere, put on that backpack, not the cape, but it's
Sure.
super backpack. And said, let it be known that we are the voice of this shit. We are the curators of what's good in this shit, being arrogant. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Well,
Sin? We've been having this argument since we met.
It's a long time in the
no,
making.
If it's not Nas and Jay-Z, it's mainstream versus backpackers. And street shit versus backpack. In general, what's the word I'm looking for? The general sensibilities of backpackers versus everybody else. So Sincere the Rap Snob, I'm going to get out the way. Dini, you got anything to add before you get out the way?
I really want to hear Sin's
Well,
perspective.
it's interesting because, I feel like I carry it in spirit, but the cape itself, it's been folded up, in a trunk somewhere for a while. And then this whole thing with Drake and Mos Yasin, you know what I mean? Want to be respectful to the name that he chose.
Yeah, I said.
This whole thing came up. I was like, let me go grab my cape real quick. It's been sitting in the trunk for a while. I gotta tie that shit on super tight and rep for the culture and for my crowd. You know what I mean? Listen, man. Look, I feel like I have to explain a little bit about like what a backpack is, because I feel like my brothers don't necessarily understand that. Like, do y'all even know where that term even came from originally?
I didn't care to once I heard them
Of
talk.
course you didn't.
Break it down, Sin.
Of course you didn't.
Why do I want to know where annoying nigga came from?
So the term backpacker generally comes from wearing a backpack all the time.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? The true heads, the true fans of like that real shit, quote unquote. I gotta put it in quotes. I believe it's the real shit, but not everybody does. So
Already
I'll be safe.
cantankerous, arrogant,
Quote,
Preachy.
quote unquote.
preachy, Bible thumping,
But I draw the line there.
the
Chill out.
rap Bible.
Yeah, there we go. Illmatic, you mean?
Yeah,
Copy.
that one.
Yes.
Illmatic.
Let's go. But yeah, I mean, you carried around backpacks all the time because they were very immersed in the culture. You know what I mean? The backpack was usually filled with like spray cans or markers. You know what I mean? It was tagging up, maybe bombing, maybe a little end-to-end burner here and there. If you don't know what an end-to-end burner is, do the knowledge, do your Googles, watch Style Wars. You know what I mean? So, there was a lot of graph in there, but also a lot of music. You know what I mean? At the time, music came in cassette tapes. very mobile. You know what I mean? Throw a bunch of cassette tapes in the knapsack, take your Walkman, you go do what you got to do, and you carry your headphones with you all the time. Maybe a little weed in there too. You know what I mean? For the vibes. You know what I mean?
Little patchouli.
But here's the thing. I think a lot of people will sort of mix up like backpackers and maybe like the Soulquarian type of vibe.
Hotep.
You know what I mean? The Hotep. You know what I mean?
Not me.
There was a lot,
There's some blend though.
There's some blend.
Definitely some
There's
blend.
some blend, but not necessarily always like one-to-one. You know what I mean?
A lot of knowledge of self,
common,
a little 5%, a little bit of
Exactly.
I mean,
but my thing is that like I feel like this crowd, this audience, were the ones that were most immersed in the culture of it all. Like everything was about the art, it was about the skill, it was about keeping the culture intact. They were the torchbearers of this shit. They weren't drug dealers, they weren't hustlers, they weren't on the block, they weren't necessarily the cool guys. Probably not the guys going out to the club either at night. I mean, their life was just immersed in art and culture of it. And then they grow up, you know what I mean? And then they start getting a little bit more involved in because generally the feeling was anti-capitalism.
right.
You know what I mean? So they were never concerned with the money, they were never concerned with the fame, they were never concerned with none of that. You know what I mean? No industry shit, right? The industry was full of bullshit. You know what I mean? And so because they were so anti-capital, they got involved as they got older. They got more interested in like social issues. They got more interested in activism. And that's where you get like the emergence of like Mos Def, Kweli, Common. Then they get into the Soulquarian movement. You know what I mean? And all of that at the time spoke to me. Right. So I feel, I wear that cape proudly. You know what I mean? The thing with me though is that I was leading somewhat of a double life. Because I was, I was backpacker by day.
Wow, bro.
But I was
crazy, bro.
in the club.
What are you, Bruce
Fucking
Wayne
with
in
the
Batman?
streets.
Rubbing some ass at night in the club. And a lot of backpackers really turned their nose up at the club scene. But listen, I was, you know what I mean? I wasn't living in New York. I'm a good looking guy. You know what I mean? I had a little charm to me. I wasn't necessarily a player by any stretch of the imagination, but
the joints understood your story.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. That's why not like that line by Nas. I have no game. Just some, women understand my story.
Facts.
I always live by that. You know what I mean? So I was up in the club. I was, finagling with women here and there, but like, but that backpacker energy, I think it gets misconstrued a lot.
So let me ask you a question before you continue.
Yeah.
Now that you've said this, right, are you gonna have to like go to some desert and have your finger cut off like John Wick because you decided to peruse with some ladies as
went against the high table, son?
You went against the backpack
But here's
high
the thing,
table.
it's about balance. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All life should have some type of balance. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You lead a certain type of life with a certain set of moral code by day, but at night you gotta cut loose. You gotta drink a little bit, smoke a little bit. You know what I mean?
Catch a vibe
a little bit, and that's all good. It doesn't necessarily revoke your backpacker card. But here's my ultimate take on this: is that the game needs us. We are the moral compass of the culture.
But that's what you don't get. You kind of are like turning in your backpacker.
The game needs us.
They're not
right?
trying to head us,
Why
Imagine
do
the
we
game.
need- why?
Imagine
We
the game. Imagine a game with nothing but fucking Lil Yachty's and Sexy Reds, bro.
It's a lot of that.
What
They just run rampant. Like we gotta. There has to be some type of balance that anchors everything back into the culture.
But what are y'all doing? Like outside of complaining about it, what exactly are y'all doing?
We're championing the music that needs to be championed.
How? By saying this bad, that good. Backpack, incense, weed.
People listen.
Koofies.
People listen. They listen to Mos Def. Right. With this Drake statement, they listen to him more than they ever have in years.
But I'm not a backpacker, and I'm anti-fucking Yachty and Sexy Red and Caribou and all these other.
You know what I mean?
Look.
Look. I'm sorry to have to tell you this on air. there's a little bit of backpacking in you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a little backpacking in you, bro. Pause if applicable.
You know what I mean? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I draw the line because I don't subscribe to a lot of their shit. You know this. They do a lot of good things. Everything you said is factual. But I got a problem when I'm having a conversation and you just scoff at everything that's not what you like. And then you trying to tell us that because Sin does this shit all the time. This is what we always get into it. Sin tries to tell us that our taste is less than because he knows more, or his opinion weighs more because we listen to, you know what I mean? We listen to what we like. Like if we in the spot listening in the future, we got our cups, he's gonna come like, turn this noise off. this adds nothing to the
headphone pull out of your ear, bro.
I wouldn't necessarily call it noise, but I feel it.
Like,
I might
you know what it is?
Something.
The backpacking niggas are the fun police to me. They don't ever want to have fun. You don't want to go to the club and rub ass. What the fuck you gonna do then? When you gonna rub some ass?
Yeah, I rub some ass.
Not to sound fucked up, it was kind of like the Bible school of hip hop. You get what I'm saying? Like they almost were against everything fun. Right or wrong, though. Mm-hmm. Right or wrong. You just said you were living a double life in the club. They would have bashed you for living that secondary life. You know that, Sin.
Possibly.
Where do backpackers hang out?
Parks.
So they're fucking vagrants? They're loiterers?
You know what I mean? Like the first thing that comes to mind is Washington Square Park.
Come on, bro.
Washington Square Park was a haven for the backpack movement. Just anywhere where you can congregate and just have, freestyle ciphers. You know what I mean? Smoke some weed, chew on some chew sticks, maybe.
I respect that. I respect that.
With the brim Scully.
It's like for me, it's like
the army hat.
Yes,
the army hat.
The brim Scully was they shit too, nigga.
Yeah.
I feel like they are so in tune with like early to mid 90s culture, and they just don't want to move from it. That's how it looks to me. Like we done went forward. What's wrong with a little commerce?
It's like being the grandparents of hip hop a little bit. You know what I'm saying? How like the generation before yours hates on it.
But here's the thing. So like, and some people grow out of it for sure. Like I have a friend that I feel has grown out of it, and every time like I pointed out to him, he doesn't like me pointing out. But I feel like he's grown out of it.
As long as that first not wearing fedoras and taking selfies.
No, it's not Al.
It's not Al Green.
It's not Al. Al was never a backpacker. Ever once.
Al had fun. He's a fun guy.
Yo, my guy Al. But no, Al was never once a backpacker. Like he always, and then there's certain audiences that always keep up with the times. Mm-hmm. They always champion whatever's hot, whatever's gonna get them the most women. And so in a sense, like it all depends on what you value in life. So like if you value art, if you value culture, if you value non-commercialism,
right?
You know what I mean? You're gonna align with like the Mos Defs and the backpackers and all that. If you value shopping at Target with an edge,
shopping with an edge is a bar, bro.
That's heavy.
That's the most for that bar, bro. But if you value commercialism, if you want to, if you value upwards mobility in a capitalist society, then yeah, of course you're gonna, side with a Drake or align with a Drake.
Well, my thing is this, and Dini, you could chime in. My problem is we want to have fun. I side with all of that shit, upwards mobility, great economy, and somewhat anti-consumerism because the shit be getting out of control sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I get upset when it's like, I agree with you, but I also want to have fun. But then here you come finger wagging. It's like, why can't we like what you like and have fun? Like, Dini, like, help me out here, bro.
It's a weird dichotomy, bro. But I think you, like Sin said, you have to find the balance. Like that's the problem.
But how many sins are there?
There's a lot of sins. Okay. They're just not as vocal. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they're betraying the backpack syndicate. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to get your backpack syndicate revoked.
You think there's a lot of people out there listening to like a Drake and a Sexy Red, but like on the low. Like,
I think most avid hip hop fans in our age range, like, you know what I'm saying, like you headed towards 40, you probably got a nice little blend. You're not listening to like that super like in-depth shit all the time, bro. Like, we're living that life. You get what I'm saying? And music is supposed to be the escape.
Right.
We're living that life for the socio-political aspect of life. We're living that. So sometimes you just want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I dog Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, hands on your knees plays this part, bro. And it's
that
necessary.
booty me.
So, you know what I'm saying? it plays its part. I'm not saying it's a huge part.
Meat is crazy,
but it plays its part, man. And you gotta find.
That's the hook, bro. Hey, that's that booty meat. I'm like, yo, Sexy Red though. She is everything the Boondocks ever wrote about. Every time I hear her song, it's like she's like the female Gangstalicious. Like this is a fucking joke to me, bro. Get her out of here, bro. Get her out of here. Like, put it this way, I like a little bullshit because you know what I mean. I think bullshit is funny. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, again, like I said, stop judging niggas if they not on the kind of time you on. That's when I get defensive and start calling niggas cantankerous because it's like, who are you to tell me what I can like and what I should listen to? Or better yet, because a lot of y'all do that in the chat too. Where like, if I say one thing or I like one thing, you feel a need to tell me who I am about myself. Like, nigga, when did you get the shrink degree, nigga?
Sometimes I want to watch Fast and Furious. Sometimes I want to watch a David Attenborough documentary. Shit. My nigga,
balance. My nigga, I like to watch that shit. Then I might fuck around and listen to an audiobook in the whip.
You know what I'm saying?
I like a little balance too.
Little
who are you to tell me what I like because I like a little fuckery? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, stop the finger wagging. Stop telling me that your opinion weighs more. To me, every as long as your opinion isn't horse shit, I think all opinions can congregate and we can figure out a middle ground somewhere. But to just tell niggas you not lit, you not this, you not that. Me and these guys with the backpacks and everything are the best. Our opinions are the best. Fuck you guys. Oh, is that Jay-Z? No. You know what I'm saying? Don't play that Jay-Z. Play Nas and Nas only. Why can't we play Jay-Z and Nas? It's like homie from fucking Do the Right Thing. The damn shops with the pictures and shit. You know what I mean? Like, everything is this.
You mad?
Yo,
chill out, bro. Chill out.
The character Do the Right Thing. I'm talking about the character.
I understand that you might
a time segment on it just in case.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Walter, check the timestamp, please.
Why did I get on? Because you can't tell niggas because you couldn't tell him nothing. It's like y'all act like this is the only thing that matters.
But that's a part of the backpackery, though. That's a part of it. A part of it is the complete
being judgy.
Yeah, that's a part of it. It really is. Sin, you know this.
We like to think
you do it to us all the time.
All the time.
We do.
So I'm like, y'all shouldn't really listen.
We do because we're on a different wavelength. And our wavelength.
Y'all are on your own wavelength.
Our plane, the plane that we operate in is a little bit higher than you. So,
but you know,
Sin's above the clouds.
Now I'm gonna be a hater. Sincere knows that wavelength is boring as fuck, so he does the thought shit at night to balance it out.
Talk about it.
I hear y'all niggas, but there's some bitches over there. So let me. I'll be right back. What's that? Is that the Real Sisters by Future? Oh, that's all right. Oh,
it's like a
say was real.
What's that? It's like an 80-20 mix, like that. You know what I mean? The ground
so Sin is like peace God in the daytime and hey, commit in the nighttime. Hey, commit. Commit.
What? I know. Is that new Migos? Oh, that's fire right
there.
No,
never that.
Mama.
And of course, age plays a factor because like at a certain age, your ear just closes up a little bit. You know what I mean? And so like by the time the Migos came around, my ear was closing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's part of the reason too. And now I'll shoot some bail to all the backpackers. We were suffering as hip hop in New York. Not everybody. In New York, we were suffering from Stockholm syndrome. So we started to just allow a lot of fuck shit to just like, all right, it's not that bad if you listen to it. And then Cecile would be like, nah, it's really terrible. But because we just wanted to like something, because we spent so much time being mad at the South, that we started to embrace the South. And some of them songs weren't good. Like, we're not talking about the niggas who were good. We're talking about the whack shit that we were given a lot of chances to. And we used to fight with them because it's not that bad if you just give it a chance. And in hindsight, it really was because we don't go back to it. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm not going to the Franchise Boys. Them niggas that was whispering on the song, where do you see my, like I'm never listening to that song again.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that we let in was because we just wanted to be a part of something. We let New York niggas try fuck shit because we wanted to be a part of something. Meanwhile, Sincere's like, bro, this is not good. Sincere, you don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, 2024, we are all basically saying the same shit about music, low key.
Question. Do you think the thing that he said about the air closing, the thing he said about the air closing, do you ever feel like sometimes people force that because they don't want that air to close per se?
Of course, it's marketing.
You know what I'm saying? Like you feel
when you say people, what you mean?
I mean like listeners, like a listener who listens to something like it's not that good, but I'm gonna follow the wave because I don't want to be the old guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't want it to be.
Artists do it too.
It's a lot of old
artists more so
heads out
have
here.
to do it to try to, stay relevant. Drink.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it's like, not to play the age card, but I feel like early to mid 30s, you hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that bad. You fuck with a lot of shit. As both of us now are transitioning into the late 30s, Sinner's already passed us. You know what I mean? We are very selective about the shit that stays in our phone because our ears are closing. It's like inevitable. Like, you're gonna just start divvying out. Like, if it's not, look, I wasn't this mad at Yachty a few years ago. I just discarded him. Now he disgusts me. Because my ears are closing. I got a real specific filter about what I want to hear or what I don't want to hear. So yeah, my ears are closing.
I feel like I just find the positivity in music now. Like, it might not be something I'm specifically a big fan of, but I might just listen to it. But I like that aspect of it. Maybe the way they flowed, maybe the production. You know what I'm saying? I usually find something decent. If I can't find anything in the music, then I'm like, this is really trash. Because usually there's some aspect of the music you can fuck with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm not mad at that. You got more to add, Tim, before we transition?
Nah, there was something I was thinking about that Mos said. Oh, yeah, a lot of it also has to do with like what was that like first moment in music, in this case hip hop, that really made a mark on you, that really resonated with you. And this part of the soundbite was not part of like what circulated and went viral, of course. But in that same interview, he was talking about how, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, The Message, when he heard that, he was like, this is it. That's hip hop to me. Like telling the world about what's going on in a place that the rest of the media and the news and all other publications do not care about and will not make public. You know what I mean? So that to him, like, he defined that as that's what the culture is. That's what hip hop is. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of that too.
You know what? And that's the thing where we talked about the whole thing, hip hop versus rapper and all of that. We got some people who agreed, and we had some people who kind of pushed back against it, because I think hip hop has been around so long and has had so many hands in the bucket as far as what it is and what it's not, that the definition is completely blurry now.
Yeah.
Like imagine saying we
forget. It started out in the park, hip hop.
Right, there you go.
Started out in the park. You know what I mean? Parties and DJs and all that. So
like we saying that the culture, hip hop is the culture, rapper is the music, and there's people who are like, nah, that's not the case at all. And it's like, oh, okay. Someone tried to undress us in the fucking on Twitter about like what they believe hip hop is, and I don't even know if the idea that hip hop is what you take it as. I don't believe that, bro. There's a specific elements that resonate within hip hop that makes it what it is. That hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's the shit that's where they lose me, because like, if we say that, then we could just define it as anything. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just this open-ended thing with no borders and no rules of ethics and nothing. And it's like, all right, so then motherfucking, you know what I mean? Vanilla Ice was hip hop, and I refuse to ever accept Vanilla Ice. There's people look.
There are people that will give him the props.
There are people today that have this revisionist history about Vanilla Ice, and that song actually was fire, and that shit went. And I refuse. That you gotta draw some fucking lines somewhere, bro, or else anything goes.
I was a kid, and I'll be honest with you, look, I didn't know anything yet, but when I seen Ice Ice Baby, the video, it wasn't like rap to me. It felt like a shtick.
Popular,
you know what I mean? He might have been rapping and doing hip hoppy-ish things, but it was a white dude. Before I knew what a cosplay was, it was like he was cosplaying.
Yeah.
This didn't seem real to me. It just seemed like he was doing a thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was that 92 or 91?
Shit. No, it was earlier than that. It was like 90.
And I'm not trying to diss
6.
Vanilla
I just remember
Ice.
that shit being everywhere.
Right. It was. So I'm going to be clear, because niggas take that type of shit and run with it. I'm not dissing him, I'm not fronting. I'm just saying, from my young vantage point, it was like, this wasn't that.
Yeah.
Like, I might hear Ice Ice Baby and Naughty by Nature would come on. I knew I could identify what Naughty by Nature was.
Right.
To me, Ice Ice Baby was just something else that was it just didn't seem like it belonged there. I can't really word it yet.
Not even to play the race card, even like the white dude just rapping, like, you know what I'm saying, with the haircut and the style, it was just super gimmicky. The whole thing.
I'll be clear. I like them Irish niggas. The jump around song. I fuck with
House of
that.
Pain?
Oh, House of Pain,
I thought that was fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they didn't give you that Vanilla Ice.
part of me.
Like the way Jim Carrey was able to play him, that felt so real when Jim Carrey did the Ice Ice Baby skit. Like that felt like so natural. That didn't feel like he was like really fucking up. That just felt like what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how we all seen Vanilla Ice back then.
That's a fact. People, as you hear, following the first segment is in the books. Hit the like button.
Right.
Subscribe. We are over 13K. I know y'all probably peeped that already, but over 13,000 subs. We moving up. The road to 15,000 is on deck on roundtablemerch.com. As you can see, we got hoodies. Roundtablemerch.com. This is, you know what I mean? So if you want a rap Roundtable hoodie, pull up. It might not be on the website yet, but again, roundtablemerch.com. Get your hats. I see a few people bought the exclusive truckers. Salute to you guys.
Yes, sir.
The hoodies are coming. It's going to be a limited supply, so don't play with it. Cop those hoodies. Cop the hats. Help us continue to build that brand. And again, hit that like button. Y'all doing a good thing. The like button is starting to run up again. I see some of y'all, some of the old viewers are coming back. You know, there was a little rap roundtable embargo, or maybe the algorithm wasn't telling y'all we was on the air. I don't know. I'll give y'all some bail. But I see some of y'all are coming back home. We love y'all for that. Stick around. We got some shit coming in the tuck. Pause. Tap in.
And also a little message to fellow backpackers like me. Open up your ears, but also open up, your circle to certain conversations.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So that you could hear other people's perspectives and,
just have a good build. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
don't be dismissive.
Yes.
But you can be dismissive about this. we staying with the backpack versus mainstream conversation. Aubrey, a.k.a. Drake and Mos Def, well, we thought would have been a little situation and it would go away. It's still ongoing. Of course, Sincere called it first when we did the live that Drake would probably just respond on Instagram or some shit. He did. but what he called him was a bohemian bucket. What? What?
I had to peruse through some comments on Twitter just to understand what the fuck he was saying and talking about. Apparently, bucket is Canadian slang for a drug head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? An addict. So he's calling him a bohemian drug addict.
Yo,
how do we feel about that?
Listen. This is the type of shit that be losing with Drake. Like get off it. Stop being a girl, my nigga. Like, facts. Get off of Instagram. Stop. Because it's like, you know what it is? It's the sassy energy. Throwing little darts in your IG post. Like, bro, I'm not saying you gotta rap, but if he would have just got on and did a quick live say, "What's that? Fuck out of here," I would have respected that.
But he don't really do that though. He don't really do the live response.
Exactly. That's the point.
That's the point.
He doesn't address
the sassy IG response
directly.
Well, can you see him going bar for bar with Mighty Mos?
He don't have to, but stop doing the catty shit.
But that's a part of Drake's. That's a part of the motif. Catty shit. Like catty shit's been sprinkled all throughout the career. Not defending. I'm just acknowledging the facts.
I respect you, Dini. I'm not knocking you.
But isn't that the point that we have? Isn't that the gripe that we have?
This nigga said your music is made for people who want to shop with an edge.
Gripe that everyone has?
That was ridiculous. That's a bar and a half.
This stemmed from I want to get his username right.
I'm gonna cook him next. Go ahead.
Friday Ricky Dread. He's a content creator. He has a platform.
He's doing well.
And he was telling this account of a story where apparently he was in the same function. I don't know if it was a show or at a club or whatever. Something to that effect. And Mos Def was there, right? And apparently he witnessed Mos Def. He was popping some pills, apparently Molly, right?
Mos or
allegedly?
Him?
No, Mos.
Okay.
Mos was allegedly popping some Molly, and then it's gonna get a little chatty, boys. But popping some Molly, and then he had this, or he met this chick at the spot, and apparently he had like a quick shotgun wedding or whatever the fuck, right? And but my thing is like, Mos goes on this platform, this interview, and he unfolds this very legitimate critique or at least what I feel is a legitimate critique on Drake and his music and his whole vibe. And he's not the first one. You know what I mean? Very recently, Joe Budden was critiquing him also. And it just feels like when Drake gets critiqued for very legitimate reasons, or at least what I feel are legitimate reasons, he always fires back with some bullshit. With some like a personal attack, or like, you know what I mean? Like he overhears this story from this podcast, and then he goes in the fucking IG shit, the IG comments, and calls him a fucking drug addict. Like, it just feels like when something really hits home or gets under his skin, like he takes a personal attack on that person
on the net,
and that's bitch made shit for me, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like address what was said about you. Address the comment. Address the gripes. Address the legitimate critique.
As a man, bro.
You know what I mean? But then you're not even gonna address it, and then you're just gonna take a personal shot at him and his life. That's bitch shit to me.
And then here's the thing. Bro with the platform. Again, respect to him. But he got on. I watched the video that you shared, Sam, and I was waiting for something salacious to be said. And it was like wait. Famous guy does drugs backstage after a show? So what, nigga? The fuck?
Especially one in music.
And that's why Toronto doesn't rate him, fam. I'm like, bro, where the fuck are you from?
His fucking accent was blowing my top.
Are you from Canada? Where the fuck are you from? New York? Mans. You didn't say man like Britain. You said mans like you was a New York nigga. You said you don't rate him like you Jamaican. The Canadian British lingo. I was fucking confused listening to the nigga.
I feel about that. So.
All of a sudden, Drake is using and likes Canadian urban slang. Like, once upon a time, he was downplaying that shit.
It's ignorant.
You know what I mean? But you know, Drake is a full-time cosplay when it comes to like what his swag is. He's a chameleon. He'll be anybody at any time
on so many levels.
But it's like you again, there's no knock against bro. Like, no knock against him at all. But to tell a story and say that Toronto doesn't rate Mos Def because he took maybe Molly or ecstasy in a backstage gathering,
sounds crazy.
That sounds crazy to me, nigga. If you a regular nigga who just happened to be backstage at an event and you don't understand rockstar lifestyle, then just say that.
Not to mention, you see what these niggas today be on?
That's a fact. And Mos Def ain't some regular degular.
That's a fact.
Mos is a fucking movie star, but not he's an actor.
He's an actor. He's an actor.
He's a Hollywood personality.
World-class lyricist.
And a rapper. Card. You know what I'm saying? And he's been in some notable movies that we know, whether culturally or pop culture.
Yes.
He's been in movies that we know. Some niggas, when they get to that level of life, they need the drugs.
When he did the Heart Doctor joint, I was like, he's
bro.
Different.
You know what I mean? Fuck. Irv Gotti and Ja Rule talked about taking X and shit when they was at the peak of their powers. Famous niggas do famous nigga shit. If that means taking a pill or two, that's what they do. But to make it seem like a whole city don't fuck with him because he takes drugs.
Wow.
Not a cokehead, not a fentanyl head, not heroin, and no fucking what's the other
acid.
What's the one that be making niggas teeth fall out and shit? The shit that Walter White was selling, meth. Not a meth head. Take some fucking pills backstage and you like, fam, what you want, my nigga? He not valid now?
That's crazy.
Blows my bro.
Like, what we doing, bro?
That's a toothbrush reach.
Like,
bro, ain't the week? Where's the weekend from?
Canada.
Yeah. Isn't his whole shtick being high?
Yeah. The whole album's about popping pills. The trilogy.
Since he came on the scene, that's what it was all about.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
That's kind of not sound crazy. That's kind of why I stopped fucking him a little bit, because the music started getting extra fluffy. It started getting away from the whole, like, you know what I'm saying. Started getting mad friendly. I like the whole drug-induced weekend.
I need you high.
Little too much talking for you?
You want to be high for this, man.
Nah, but it's like, that shit whack to me, bro. Bohemian Bucket. Like you know, most will like bar you up, nigga. Like, but here's what I'll say. Sin, you made a good point about like when Drake's heart gets touched by words, he acts funny. But it takes a specific person. Because a lot of niggas say a lot of things about Drake, and he does not care. But a Joe Budden said something.
A rapper.
Right.
It's rappers.
It's not all rappers. Specific rappers. Stay with me, Dini.
Yeah.
He has a relationship with Budden.
Yes.
That's why when Budden speaks a certain way, he gets in his feelings
He looked up
every time. Drake wanted to be a backpacker.
He did.
Even they didn't accept him. Now here goes Mos Def saying this shit, and he does what he does. Like, that's the real story here. Drake wanted to be Kanye light.
Yeah.
Or Kanye adjacent.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted the hood niggas, the backpack. Nobody wanted them. So now you get the little catty nigga.
Took a long time.
Like, do you stand with that assessment? Like, that Drake wanted to be a backpacker first, or am I wild?
Well, I mean, we all know he came up on Little Brother. He fucking followed the Fonte blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
I remember on what was it on the first album? What was the joint that was produced by Swizz?
Fancy?
Huh?
Fancy. Oh, you fancy, huh?
Are you fancy?
fancy?
Hills done, hair
that's
done,
what.
everything.
Is that the one where he said, "I'm gonna spend another 10,000 for Dilla"? That might have been another song.
That's another song.
That's
It's
forever?
another song.
No,
Possibly. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But he was definitely came up on Dilla. He came up on Little Brother. There was a few other Slum Village. You know what I mean? There was a lot of underground backpack neo soul kind of energy surrounding his influences early on, and what made him go into rap. And then, you know what I mean? He starts making the music, and that same audience and crowd was not embracing him in the least. So, you know what I mean? Now, him as an artist and as a capitalist, he did what he needed to do to capitalize and get, the fame and accolades and money he has now. But I truly believe there's a small part of him that still wants to be embraced by that audience, and it's never happened for him.
I think Drake wants to be for everybody. He one of them niggas. He want to be cool with every circle. You like, let's go back to high school, way back in time. There was always that one person that wanted to be cool with everybody. Sometimes to their own detriment. They wanted to be cool with the nerds, the athletes, the street niggas, the generally cool niggas, et cetera, et cetera. I think Drake wants to be that because he probably wasn't that in real time. And because it's the one circle that he dedicated a lot of time to, the backpacker, said, nah, fuck out of here. And he was never going to be a rapper because the rapper don't see Drake as a nigga. He'd weep. You know what I mean?
But it's a weird. All right, so it's a weird situation because I think when Drake actually like got into this, he was like, yo, I want the people that I look up to be like, yo, I rate him like a Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Once he couldn't get those people to rate him, he switched over and started doing the shit we get now. And he got highly ranked with that. You get what I'm saying? So it might be that weird situation where like, I might not even want to make this shit. But when I do, the free world goes crazy. For all we know, he might want to make 108 a.m.s in Paris. You know what I'm saying? In Charlotte and shit like that. But are the streets clamoring for that the way they're clamoring for fucking don't do it, please don't do it.
But I think that's the thing. Like you said, Dini, and I'll pass it back to you. At his heart, he is a backpacker. He wants to be known as an all-world lyricist. And I think that's turned into resentment where like these niggas refuse to fuck with me. So now anytime they say something about me, I'ma just, you know what I mean?
And then you look at it from the angle of I've pretty much mastered both realms. I'm lyrically nice and sharp enough to go with a lot of niggas that are really out there that's like that today. And I've mastered the money game that everybody boasts about. I've sold more records than you. I've made this amount of money. I got the joints and the yachts and all. Like he's literally mastered both ends. To have someone that he respects saying you're not hip hop, that shit's a gut check, bro. like,
bro, I just got mastered both ends, and then it was a gut check.
Pause. I'm on Sin time today. My bad. You got it, Sin.
I wasn't even gonna make it hot. I was supposed to hit the drop and let you keep cooking. You know what I mean?
Nah,
but
the gut check put it over there.
Long story short, he's really like he's him. You know what I'm saying? In hip hop, he's him.
All right, real quick. What? Just correction. Show me a good time. I knew it wasn't fancy.
Okay.
Show me a good time. That's the song that he had on his first official album. That gave Dilla a shout out. And Interestingly enough, Kanye West on the production, main producer, and then No ID also co-production.
How many niggas are not hip hop that's gonna give Dilla a shout out?
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. I think there's a small part within him that's still connected to that part of the game, and he never resonated there. He resonated in a lot of other places, in a lot of other, you know what I mean? He filled out a lot of other Venn diagrams, but that circle has eluded him.
I feel like it's the same thing with Hove, where I don't know what Hove wants to make right now in his heart. You get what I'm saying? But I know he wants to make music. Now he might want to make what he gave us on this he might want to make that in his heart. You get what I'm saying? But he knows the people that fuck with me, the people that look up to me, the people that respect my craft, they not gonna want this bullshit. So he's in a rock between a rock and a hard place, bro, because you can't be yourself and you still gotta feed the craft, and you can't feed them nothing regular because I'm known for being the god. So I still gotta bring some next level shit.
He could have gave niggas a written testimony part 2, nigga, without J-Elect, and I'd have been content with that. Because it would have still been fire rapping.
That might not be where Hove is at right now.
But chanting?
He was just doing the electric slide like 80 shows in a row, bro.
Bro, that's his wife, my nigga. We not gonna get into his business, bro.
Maybe that's what he was rapping about.
If that's where he needs to be.
Or talking about.
He could be there by himself.
Emery, take this nigga to fucking Flatbush or some shit. Take him back to Marcy. Take him somewhere,
Take him
nigga.
to 560 State. Let him get his mind right.
Let him watch American Gangster again.
But also the other question I have for you, Jimmy. Sorry. Do you think that Drake has he's mastered the pop game, the mainstream game? Do you think he's mastered the rap aspect of the game?
Now, lyrically, when Drake is rapping, I mean, how many people is really fucking with him? I mean, he's giving J. Cole a run for his money on the last joint they just did. And J. Cole is literally the essential lyrical guy right now. When you think of who's going to be the person that comes out with a verse and is just going to body it to the free world, it's Cole. And he got cooked on the first joint on the album, but on the second joint he was stronger than J. Cole.
He got cooked in a way where he didn't understand the moment.
He didn't. He tried to vibe it out. That you were supposed to vibe that moment.
Pack him like some sardines.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
He tried to vibe it.
Here's my thing, because we've talked about like load management bars. Pause. But we have talked about load management. You know what I mean? As an analogy to like, you know, what happens in the NBA. When I listen to Drake, when I look at Drake albums, do you not see it? Do we not see it as load management bars? Because half the album is always something else.
Because the albums are not for us.
They're not, bro. Half those albums got to go to the ladies.
They're not for niggas who's dissecting lyrics.
That's what I'm saying. He gave us the Scary Hours 3. 6 joints is the most we got.
How many
joints?
I would love
and
to
they
see
all fire.
I would love to see the sales specifically for Scary Hours 3. It's probably nowhere near what he does on a regular project.
I mean, I know this for a fact.
Which hurts.
The Alchemist produced track, the lowest streamed Drake song of all time.
And that's the thing. But part of it is the ladies don't want to hear that. Part of it also is Drake put himself in the corner after placating a specific audience for so long that when you do exactly who you are at your core, motherfuckers don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Drake, honestly, like we said on the last episode, creatively he's maxed out the ladies. And I also think, if not to psychoanalyze a nigga, but I also think that he wants us, people of our ilk, not podcast, but rap fans, to love him. And I think we're gonna get more raps.
I think so too. 2024 he predicted it.
Because at his core element, he's a backpacker, and he wants the real heads to say Drake is nice. That nigga, I fuck with Drake. That's what he's always wanted, bro. He was trying to get Jay-Z to love him from day one, bro. Tried to get Kanye to love him from day one. All these niggas fronted on him, and he got weird.
I'm gonna stay on this hill, and I'm gonna say he's gonna get too in his feelings, and the pressure's gonna get to him, and he's gonna go back. He's gonna go back to the jilted lover.
But that's the thing. He could do both. You could do both. Why not drop 2 in 1 year? Give something for the ladies. Give us a Scary Hours 4. At this point, you know what like the rap fans want to hear from you. So it's not even like you don't know anymore. You get what I'm saying? Right, know.
Here's the question for the table. chat y'all could chime into, not Kenny Mac, but everybody else.
Shout out to Kenny.
Is Dre capable of making the album that toes the line between what the ladies want and what the heads want? Saying I'll go to you first.
As a rap album?
Yeah. Does that album exist from Drake? Or it has to be one thing or the other?
Well, yeah, no. At this point, I think, like you said, he's painted himself into a corner where, if he did drop an album, let's say a Jay-Z type album or a DMX type album or Rick Ross type album, where it was just raps, but obviously you have some raps for the ladies, some songs for the ladies, some club songs. Like, I don't think the ladies would want that from him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think they would reject it. And I think, he would. I don't know. I just think they would reject it. So I think he's painted himself too much into a corner where it's like, I have to do this for this audience and that for that audience, and there's not an awful lot of, mixture in that Venn diagram.
What do you think, Dini?
I think he can. Why not? All right, this is just some weird shit going on in my brain. Why not drop 2 albums in a day, right? I don't give a fuck if you call the project Night and Day. You get what I'm saying? You drop two projects, not together like he
Sweat
did.
and Suit?
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't Nelly do that?
Yeah, exactly.
But come on, Nelly. You know what I'm saying? So
Drop Down and Get Your Eagle On is one of my favorite songs.
it is a classic in the spot. It does.
Drop
It
down
does.
And get your eagle on, girl.
Drop down and get your eagle on, girl.
You got your sweat dripping all over my body. That shit was fire. Shout out that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think he could do a Night and Day album. You have an album specifically for the joints the ladies want to hear. You get what I'm saying? And then you drop Scary Hours 3 S project. It could even be like 7 and 7. You get what I'm saying? And then you let in the playlist era, you let the people listen to what they want to listen to. You let the ladies flock to the night to the day joint. You let the bros not flock to the night joint, and it's everybody gets what they want. That's kind of like what Fab used to do. He used to drop the tapes for the niggas, the singles for the joints, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I don't even think we would want that. Like,
you just love Scary Hours 3 though.
No.
You did.
No.
And that was 6 joints.
No, what I'm saying is if he does a half and half album, you're saying
it won't be half and half. It's 2 separate joints that drop on the same goddamn day, son. He won't. How much money is he gonna lose?
And this is where I'll admittedly say the backpackers can be a little bit too
cantankerous.
Yes. We would be like, yo, why didn't he just let the rap album live? Why did he also have to drop the fucking R&B album on the same day?
I'm not you. You know what I'm saying? You have one little
That's
contingent.
exactly what we would all say, bro.
You would have one little contingent of backwoods smokers that you have to cater to. You know what I'm saying? He has a whole...
Drake is not Buckshot Shorty. He has to talk to the
There
ladies.
you go. It's the same thing with Hove. Like, and it's about dropping the number. The album got to go number 1, 2, bro. It's not just about the music anymore. It's the accolades. It's the sales. It's the publish. It's the whole shebang bang that goes around me dropping music. The whole thing is an event. If I drop something just for the bros, I might not get that. Like, Scary Hours 3 was like preached highly, you know what I'm saying? From us, from the niggas who love the game. Was it joints that you see like, yo, Scary Hours 3 was crazy?
So
you don't see that.
Here's my thing. At what point is the numbers, the chart placements, the accolades, at what point is it enough?
Here's what I'll say.
When you beat Michael Jackson.
To the initial question that I asked you and then that question you just asked. I think that's the last piece of the Drake career puzzle. Yes, he's capable of... Drake can make one kind of song for the rest of his career and he can run the numbers up and get all the plaques. We know that already. But when you come to this podcast, the Rap Roundtable, we're not talking about stats. We're talking about critical acclaim. A lot of times when we talk about music, it's never about the numbers. It's about the acclaim. Now, acclaim could be how niggas looked at Scary Hours. Not Scary Hours, Savage Mode 2 from 21. Mm-hmm. That received acclaim in its own right.
Heavy acclaim.
Then you could have a Magic that received acclaim in its own right. The whole point is you move the audience to where like this body of work moved them in a certain way. Yeah. And I think that when Drake came into the league, he was trying to be on some Hove shit. And the one thing he never truly mastered, yeah, I got the stats and the chart placements, was making the one album that can do both, can have the universal critical acclaim and the chart placement ability. And I think that's the final challenge for Drake. Can you make that album?
Yeah.
Can you find a way to talk to your core audience while getting the real heads to tap in? Can you pull it off? I don't know.
Jay did it.
Hove is Hove.
To Sincere's point, the answer right now is no. But I'd like to see it.
I mean, I was about to say, have Nas done that? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, it was written.
With the joints though?
Yeah.
Album 2, he did it.
Yeah.
With the listener, with the fellas, you know what I'm saying? The joint with Lauryn Hill. The joint with Lauryn Hill. Yeah.
If I go to any function,
again, Jav defended Nas immediately.
If I go to any gathering of let's say family gathering, people that are not hip hop heads, you know what I mean, or maybe haven't been since the 90s or whatever, right? They moved on to other music, other scenes. If I Ruled the World, immedially
fucking up the party.
Immediately they're taken back to that place.
That's
in
in
time,
every DJ
and it
set.
resonates with them.
That's what I'm saying for
You know
that
what I mean?
album.
Men and women. Women love that record.
You're absolutely right for that album because we're talking about it was written. But I'm like, if you play live nigga rap, the joints are not like, yo, turn that up, son. If you play shootouts, the joints are not turn that up, son. Black Girl Lost.
The fact that he was able to blend the two.
Hold on.
A song.
The heads can say what they want to say, but when that beat for You Won't See Me Tonight drives, boom.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Own Me.
It's there.
Gucci Wally. He got
It's
a couple
all
joints.
there.
Got a couple
Again,
joints.
defending Nas. Y'all niggas be lying. I love good rap. I don't give a fuck what the name is.
It's
you know
really
what I mean?
hard to do that though. It's really hard to put out an album that the men and women love like together as unison. That's hard, bro.
Right.
Like Hov is like one of the niggas that's done it like continuously.
That was his unique ability.
That was Hov.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think Kanye to a degree found.
Oh
that
yeah, he found
too.
it. He found
Right,
it.
but
Yeah.
it was written doesn't do the numbers that it did without
If I
women.
no question. No
without
question.
women, without
no
women
question. No question.
supporting it.
Street Dreams and the remix with Kells. Come on, bro.
Yeah, there was some. There's a couple joints. There's a
You know
couple
what I mean?
joints.
We gotta put some respect on Esco. You know
That's
what I
my
mean?
favorite Nas album.
Sticking with Drake. We won't stay too long because we're talking enough about Aubrey this episode.
Yeah, I love Orbs.
But he made a comment about the journalistic world where he says the journalistic world cashing out on negativity and discouraging the youth from finding their way more now than ever. The noise is all calculated. Keep pushing forward. I mean, I appreciate the positive message from Aubrey. But then, like a few days before this came out, he was photoed with the 9-year-old trap rapper Lil RT. So it's like, bro, like honestly, it's, you know, I miss using this drop often.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
You can't say that and then be with the 9-year-old nigga with the gun in the club with the bitches and the money. Like, the fuck are you talking about, Aubrey? Sin, what's good, man?
I honestly think that Drake feels the tables turning on him a little bit.
Okay.
The walls closing in a little bit. I think that the image that he very carefully crafted for himself is starting to crack a little bit. People are seeing through the facade a little bit. And he's getting a lot of pushback. He's getting a lot of, like, he hears the commentary about things like him being the age that he is and still dealing with very young girls. I think like a couple of years ago, there was some chatter about him possibly, grooming. I know that he, it was in the headlines where he had a friendship with the girl from Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown, and they developed a friendship, and she was like clearly underage. I don't know if she was like 14, 15 at the time.
I was about to say some crazy shit. I'm
super young, right? But he was like, yo, she's very mature and things of that nature. And so he got accused of grooming, right? I think he might be hearing or paying very close attention to what's going on with Diddy. I feel like there's a lot of things going on right now in the industry, and I think he himself is hearing the chatter and seeing what's going on, and he's saying, hey, look, I think when people make mistakes, they should be given a second chance. Because look, the media has always preyed on the negativity. You know what I mean? Since they went motherfucking Vibe magazine, East Coast, West Coast beef all up on the cover. You know what I mean? When it was just Biggie and Pac. So there's nothing new about what he's saying, but I always find it very interesting about the timing of when people say things. And that he's choosing right now to say, hey, look, if somebody makes a mistake, I think we should be more open and give him a second chance. I think y'all are too negative out there. I think, people should be allowed to be human and make it. No, yes, I agree with that sentiment, but I don't agree or I'm not keen on the timing of when he's saying this, because I think it's all... Ultimately, I think anything that Drake does or says is self-serving. And I think the timing of this is very, very self-serving.
I didn't even look at it from that angle. I came into this podcast like, yo, I think he was full of shit. Like, you can't say, be this way, but then champion ignorance. Because from my point of view, a little 9-year-old making trap rap, whether it's a fake gun or not, a gun in his hand, cursing in his bars, and he's not no little Bow Wow, he's not little Romeo, or he's not Chris Cross, none of these other old young rappers. Like, what are you doing, Drake? Why are you flicking it up at this kid? You know what I mean? Like, did you see that, Didi? Like,
I did.
What's going on? Like,
somebody sent it in the chat. Was it you sent it?
Yeah.
You don't think that Drake is talking out of both sides of his mouth?
I think he is, but the thing with me is I actually, when I heard the statement, I actually took Drake out of the statement. You get what I'm saying? As far as just people just having the ability to grow and learn and do things on their own accord. I am from the Caribbean, as you know, Jarv, as you know, Sin. And we grew up in a world where you really didn't have any room to fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was really a straight course you had to follow. So I've always watched people, you know what I'm saying, like kind of spread their wings and make their mistakes and kind of like learn from their mistakes. I kind of just had to watch everybody else make their mistakes and learn from those mistakes, So I didn't get to run out there and do the crazy shit that a lot of people probably got to do. So I do understand in the aspect
Ain't
of...
nothing like a West Indian mom shutting your shit
bruh,
down. Right
killing
right when it's about to have fun.
Every blood
come inside.
Once the light them come on, run inside you.
Bro.
So I understand where he's coming from that aspect. You got to give people the space and the room to kind of grow. Am I saying that's cool to take pictures with 9-year-old kids holding hammers and all that? No. But as a statement itself that he gave, I think that is true. That is true. We do need to kind of give people the room to spread their wings, give people the room to make a mistake, because that's truly how you learn from your mistakes, is by making mistakes. So I understood what he was saying from that, and I took it as that. If somebody makes a mistake, depending on what the mistake is, some shit you just can't come back from. But in a situation where you fucked up and you're trying to get your shit back, you know what I'm saying? You got to allow the person the chance to get their shit back and see where it goes from there. That's what I took from it. I didn't really take it as far as Drake, because we all say shit and that we're hypocritical about. You get what I'm saying?
Fair play.
So I didn't take it. I took it specifically as just, going out there, doing your thing, spreading your wings. Even us, if you want to say. There's people that had us boxed in. You know what I'm saying? We had to spread our wings on niggas. You feel what I'm saying? We had to get out of certain boxes. Some people might feel a way about that. Chalk that up as one of our mistakes as we going forward the way we going forward.
Talk about it. You know what I mean? They really tried to put us in the box.
Bruh.
Then they tried to put us in the box, but they didn't realize that niggas actually liked us.
They tried it, though.
Yo, real quick, it wasn't on the rundown, but I want to ask y'all, because I feel like we kind of... We started off that way, and then we started to come around. But with the 26th approaching, everybody can't go. I just want to know from you guys. Do you think that in hindsight, with now that the singles are out, I don't know if we're going to get another single before the album drops, were we initially too hard on Benny the Butcher as far as what this album is going to be? Or were we right on target? Sincere.
I'm going to say we were on target.
Okay.
Because it wasn't till... All right, and there was something that Tony said on our last broadcast. Shouts to Tony the Dome.
Salute.
I'm sorry, no, not Tony the Dome. What am I talking about? No, when we collab with According to Hip Hop, Mike D said something, right? And he said that with To Pimp a Butterfly, it wasn't until the third single till like a single resonated, because Kendrick dropped I, and then he dropped King Kuta, and it wasn't until All Right when like people really paid attention. So with that being said, I don't know, maybe I'll change my answer. I think maybe we were a little too hard on the onset, because that third single, Braun, that shit really resonated. You know what I mean? But I am still waiting for the bigger song, the more bombastic song. You know what I mean? Something that will really, like, Braun was great, but I need, I need something that'll knock my socks off. So
you think it's been very safe?
I think he's played it, pretty by the numbers so far. And I think that's the gripe that I have about it. And maybe I'll circle back to us being right the first time around. It's good, but it's been by the numbers.
Okay. Dini, were we too hard on Benny?
No, we weren't. I think we were right on brand. I feel like Benny really pays attention to what's going on in hip hop. And I'm sure his eyes have come across the rap roundtable. And I'm sure he's heard us talk our shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure listening to us, he comes to the perspective of, as hard as these niggas are on me, these niggas fuck with me though. You get what I'm saying? These niggas actually want to see me put out a great project and just see me just overall just do well. I personally think the album's gonna be really good. Every single has gotten better. You get what I'm saying? Like the fear I had before is gone. It's just what is the full body of work gonna sound like? But the initial fear is absolutely gone. This is Benny's time. And it's really all up to him. You get what I'm saying? He knows what the fans want. He knows what the people want. So it's just up to him if he's gonna deliver. I don't think we were hard at all. I think maybe he heard us and said, you know what, these niggas, they know what they talking about. They want that shit.
Remember when Larry June was dropping the Alchemist singles?
That nigga was beating your ass over there, bro.
No, it was just a little gas. When Larry June was dropping the Alchemist singles, and he dropped 89 Earthquake, and it was a little underwhelming for us at first, but then
in course of the album,
you know what I mean? In
works,
the
bro.
course of the album, yeah.
Even Big Dog, like in the course of listening to the other two singles, Big Dog sounds better to me than when I first heard it, bro. Like I'm Benny, you got my confidence, bro. I just need you to show up and close the deal.
Here's what I'll say. I disagree with you guys, but not for the reasons you think.
Talk.
I think we were too hard on Benny because we ended up getting caught up in the rest of the noise. Because you notice that Benny on the socials has been very defensive with his fans, and I'm noticing that the shit that we're talking about is not what his fans are talking about. The fans are definitely afraid of what this album's gonna sound like. They just want Derringer, maybe some Conductors, some straight
more
pure
Alchemist,
Griselda, more Alchemist, just pure Griselda.
Let the man evolve.
Right. I think where we were too hard on Benny was the fact that we were expecting something more grandiose.
Yeah.
And because the records that we heard weren't grandiose, we started to get a little concerned about the music, not understanding where he was trying to go. Granted, he said what he said, and I got mad at him when he was like, oh, whatever with DMX. But you said that, Benny.
You did. Open the door.
But I felt like we should have probably did a better job of explaining ourselves to where we just thought these records would be bigger based on what the goals he set for himself, as opposed to getting caught up in the noise. Because now I'm noticing that the cool thing right now is to pile on Benny. When in reality, none of the songs he's dropped has been bad. They've been 3 really good
solids
to great songs. I think Braun is fire. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we were too hard because he kind of raised our expectations, but we didn't read the room right. We should have probably did a better job of positioning what our argument was, as opposed to sound like niggas who are turning their back or getting sour on Benny. Because now that I hear Braun and I hear Big Dog and I hear the joint with Stove, it's like, this album is going to be really good. This album might be a classic. He got some shit.
I don't think Benny should get upset. I think Benny should live by his album title and realize not everybody can go. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't go.
He also needs to know what to say. Maybe that comes with media training.
Yeah.
Because to set the expectations
Street
so
niggas.
high and then put the records that you put out, your music don't match what your goals were.
Right. Or also, like, I wonder, like, who's on his team, like, executive producing or A&Ring the record, or
talk about it.
You know what I mean? Because, like, it's a tough, and Mace has talked about this before. Like, you almost feel bad for, like, an artist like Benny in this space currently dealing with all the social media and all the backlash and all the chatter, because it's like, what step do you take confidently in a space like that when he's in a very nebulous area right now? Like, what direction do you go in confidently? You know what I mean? Like, if you take that step to make a clearly, you know, radio record, like, how much of an impact is that going to have on your core fan base to the point where, like, you might feel like they might abandon you altogether? It's a very tough place to be in.
Then why not ask the fans then?
I think Benny's learning that fans are very fickle. Like, we talked about it a few months ago when we were in that situation, and we learned that there are people who love the Rap Roundtable and will pull up religiously. Then there's people who are here conditionally. If like, I forgot, what is it called again? When it's like that person does the thing that you want them to do, saying it's a phrase that they call it, confirmation bias. Right. Whereas, like, if you love the Griselda sound, like, I guess boom bap, you loved Benny because he gave you the boom bap sound more so than you loved Benny.
Right.
When we were talking about Nas, when he was on that dominating run, there were people who were pulling up because they loved Nas. They didn't really love us. So Benny's learning right now in real time that there's certain people who didn't love you so much as they love the sound that you're producing.
And it's like, did you love Benny as a rapper and as an MC, or did you love the producer? Did you love Darren?
Sound.
Did you love Alchemist? Right? And do you just follow the producer no matter what they make? You know what I mean? That's a question listeners have to ask themselves.
Do you think, because we've done this on the show too, but we've asked listeners, what do y'all want to see from us? You know what I'm saying? What's something you would want to see us carry out?
They telling them, and they want Darren.
Right.
But let's say Benny has never outright asked. Let's say he just outright asked, yo, I'm dropping this new album, it's coming out blank. Fans, what do y'all want to see from me? What's something
also,
y'all never had?
Here's the thing, it's a double-edged sword, because, like, if you're a smaller artist, I think that's cool. When you get to the level and the platform that Benny's on, I think it comes off as, you know, not confident, you know, and not necessarily sure in yourself about what you want to do as an artist.
Okay.
People want that confidence from a certain level of artist.
You're absolutely right. But here's the thing. If your confidence is leading you to some shit I don't want to fucking hear, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really help us.
That's the tough spot.
You get what I'm saying?
But the reality is, it's not what you don't want to hear. His fans want him. They want Tana Talk 3 to be Tana Talk 4, Tana Talk 5.
Everybody
Tana
can't
Talk
go
6. He wants to do something else.
There's new doors, new things, new doors to open, new fans to make. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's the genuine talent where you're like, I want to make this, and the people are gonna fuck with it, yay and nay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like a director asking, like, yo, we've literally made every Marvel movie there is to make. You know what I'm saying? At this point, fans, what's something y'all want to see that you just think will blow your minds away? And you just let them people pile their answers in.
The Marvel fans want X-Men, but they won't give it to them. But anyway,
right.
There you go.
My thing is, I think also, before we move on, Def Jam really fumbled badly in hindsight. If you had Braun in the tuck, Benny basically took most of 2023 off. Braun should have been the first record you put out. Like, you shouldn't have dropped Big Dog.
Single.
Yes.
But
Big Dog should have. Hold on. Let me get this take off. To me, just thinking about how what the numbers are, if you have a release coming out, Big Dog should have been dropping with the album. The new single comes out the week the album drops because Lil Wayne is on it. You put out Braun, you put out the joint with Stove, and then you put out Big Dog. So the week that it drops, he's trending crazy because now you got the Wayne fans on deck. Now with the albums out, maybe they'll spam the album. You don't know. But you put out Big Dog first, and then you put out 2 other songs. It's like you kind of buried what Big Dog was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
to me, Def Jam has been failing.
But what if the impact of those songs didn't hit the same if in a different order. You get what I'm saying? Like to me, like Braun really brings home the other two records.
That's not how the game works, Deanie.
I'm saying
it's a streaming game. You want the biggest artists, your feature to be around when your album drops. No?
If Braun dropped first, I'm like, oh, this song is fire, and then I got Big Dog next. I might not have perceived Big Dog the way I do now, where it sounds better after Braun.
Nah, I feel you.
You get what I'm saying?
But then you playing the anticipation game. Oh shit, he got Wayne on a single the week the album drops.
That is
might
different.
not be for us, but for the
sales,
masses.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what I mean? He shot a video for every song, so obviously they have a goal in mind. To me, Def Jam didn't do right with the single selection. Or whoever, like Sin said, whoever the A&R or the executive producer was, they didn't pick the singles, the order of it, not right. They failed in that regard, in my opinion. Because the question they be like, who are these guys? I've been noticing that on Twitter. A lot of questions. Who the fuck are these guys? Some opinionated niggas.
But we be on point though.
We be dead eyes every time. Real quick, because
it's a long shot from the table's not even round.
Oh yeah. Because now we making sense and niggas is fucking with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we in that space where niggas don't want to like us, but they like us.
Yeah.
So they're gonna diss us.
Salute.
It's like when niggas like a girl and they pull her hair, but you like, you know what I mean?
Pull a pigtails.
We're gonna cook him in the long segment, but we gotta say something right now. I want to get it out. I want to just say, I need Lil Yachty to get the fuck out of here. I can feel it in the air sample, the goofy ass hat. It's like, he's supposed to be some type of curator. Lil Yachty is the worst thing in rap today. And I don't give a fuck what a young person got to say. Because I like young rap. I like young rap from every region. If the nigga's good and he's young, I fuck with it. Lil Yachty is the worst rapper in the world. And people are going to say, oh, this mad nigga's worse than Yachty. But considering the light he gets,
right,
the promo and the push he gets, the way the algorithm grabs him, he is the worst rapper in the world. And he just does shit. Even the fucking Migos beat my ass. He just does shit. You sampling a classic Beanie Siegel record, and then you just rapping absolute bullshit. Lil Yachty sucks. And it needs to be said. Y'all are so afraid to say this shit because it's a participation trophy era. He sucks. Lil Yachty is terrible. He cannot rap. I don't give a fuck how good he picks beats. Lil Yachty is the worst fucking rapper on earth. And I'm absolutely sick of seeing his face. I'm sick of hearing his voice. He's a fucking joke to the culture. Get the fuck out of here. Atlanta. That's your nigga. He sucks. And y'all keep sanctioning that bullshit. He sucks. All right.
You know what's crazy? I always said Lil Yachty sucks. I can't
stand that
because I feel like he doesn't try hard enough in his music.
He sucks.
And then he actually tried hard on this song, and I never thought
he tried
less
hard
of
with J.
him
Cole
now.
And he sucks.
Wow. Terrible. Horrible. Malo, send help me out, bro.
What's even the name of the song?
Wow.
I'm trying to look at it.
Lil Yachty sucks. That's the name of the fucking song. Garbage motherfucker.
Just like, this nigga's really trying. This shit sounds terrible.
Then he got the nerve to say hip hop is the trouble. Then he pulls some shit like this. You are the trouble, nigga. Sam, what you got to say?
I'm saving it.
Respect.
I just needed to get that off, bro. Like, there's not a rapper. And you know what? I know there's currency in making niggas angry.
Yes.
I understand that.
Moolah.
But as a person who's lived long enough to see some of the best eras in rap, then I hear Lil Yachty, you fucking suck. I love 21 Savage. He's on my personal favorites list, nigga. I love Future, personal favorites list. I love Quavo, personal favorites list. Rest in Peace Takeoff, personal favorites list. JID is coming around. I'm fucking with that nigga. You know what I mean?
Shouts to JID,
I love Memphis rap. I love Southern rap, period. I don't need to qualify myself.
Shouts to Sauce Walker.
If you listen to this podcast, we big up those dudes on the regular. You
Come on, bro.
This is not a regional thing.
But you, Lil Yachty, you fucking suck. Ugh. Kanye West. Word gets out that there's a 40-minute apology to the people them. That's what we're gonna say about his behavior. I guess the people them. Just say the rap snob. You hear that? There's an apology in the talk for the people them. What is Kanye doing, bro?
40 minutes, man. He's being Kanye. He's being his usual bipolar self. You know, he's probably having some type of manic episode because 40 minutes. I mean, we've lived through and sat through and heard hella rants from Kanye, but 40 minutes, a 40-minute apology, bro. And the thing is that, like, I saw that, like, I'm so beyond the Kanye headlines now. I saw that and I was like, all right, I guess, because I know next week he's probably gonna have a 50 or 60-minute fucking
flame on
rant about how great Hitler is. You know what I mean? He's gonna go in the other direction.
Yes.
Like, and with more minutes, 60 minutes, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, he'll have a fucking documentary about, like, yo, y'all was really a little too hard on that guy. Like, he did some great things. Like, no, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, we're so tired. The music ain't even hitting like that no more. You know what I mean? Like, where's the album? It keeps getting pushed back to the point where I don't even think there really is an album.
February 9th, supposedly.
I think that he's just using this fake phantom album to keep himself in the fucking headlines, and he keeps pushing it back. There's not going to be an album just so that he could be in the fucking headlines. Get the fuck out of here early long.
Damn it, son.
You got something to add to it?
At first, I thought it was when the money goes and the honey goes. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was one of those situations where like I just got to get out of this jam. So by any means necessary. But now that I'm thinking about it, roll out. It's all a part of a rollout, bro. Damn. You know what I'm saying? 40-minute apology.
Where's my drop? Where's it? Where's Ken?
Which one's coming?
But it's like
a rollout?
All a part of the rollout, bro.
And he like, shouts to him, I guess, on a certain level. He keeps finding
the rap round
new
table
ways to stay in the headlines. Like,
where's that knocking the headline though?
Bro,
40-minute apology to the people.
Just keep on extending the goalposts. Like, how far do I have to go to be in a headline right now? You know what I mean? I know I'll have a 40-minute fucking apology. You know what I mean? Like,
but every headline I see says Kanye West drops a 40-minute apology ahead of his album dropping. Like, everyone keeps mentioning the album dropping. So it's pretty much doing what it's supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? You know, them people control a lot of shit. So those it's going to a lot of outlets. It's going to a lot of people. It's literally everywhere.
I'll be shocked if we ever see
that. I think it's gonna happen.
Okay. Listen to me. Sin school, because again, he will apologize to the people then go the opposite route and
next day
and bash the people then. But it's like, all I think about is Game of Thrones. Like, now you want to bend the knee. Shorty asked Jon Snow to bend the knee. Jon Snow said no. But Kanye with his titanium grill is bending the knee because now he realizes that he wants to be a billionaire again. Man, fuck out of it. Honestly, Kanye, bro, like, with all these antics, you got your shorty walking around barefoot with
cannons out,
with the cannons out, with the nipple cover. She don't got no areolas because it's like because thing is, you know her areolas ain't big. For her to wear them joints and it's just big. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just nipple. You know what I'm saying? It's a little baby area.
Conversation.
Listen,
go.
Listen,
like,
I'm an observant nigga. I'm observant. For her to have the joints that she has and to wear the joints, and to wear the joint, the bra that she's wearing, the areolas are not that prevalent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
She's a weird body joint.
You walk. I mean, the body's fine. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
About it,
but you walking around with her joints out, barefoot, just doing weird shit. Yes, Jules in the fucking rant, getting kicked out the spot or not get kicked out the spot. Whoever you, depending on who you ask.
Yeah,
quite frankly, I'm at a point in my life with Kanye where it's like,
who is this guy? Where'd he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with? Get rid of this guy.
I'm at a space with Kanye now where if he was my friend, we wouldn't be friends anymore. I'd tell him to get the fuck out of here. Swear to God, I would. I'm tired of that nigga.
He's the friend that owes you money, that says he's gonna give you money, but never gives you your money.
Only a conversation about Ye would lead to us mentioning H and Ariel is the same.
You're right.
Like,
because he's a Gemini, you see.
Shout out to Kanye.
But again,
Like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with?
Jesus.
Get rid
if
of
this
this guy.
album never comes out after the Donda 2 stem player fiasco and everything else involved, bro, I'm done with Kanye. I'll put it on wax. I'm done with Kanye. I'll only listen to the album to react to it because y'all expect that of us, but I'm not checking for that nigga no more. Fuck him. He's this close to the fuck him state.
Persona non grata.
Because again, if he was my friend, we'd have had an argument. I'd have packed him up. Fuck out of here. Because you don't like, bro. Like you make my block hot. You don't do shit that you're supposed to do, and then you want to argue about it afterwards. So get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you better drop this album, nigga. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, we've reached my favorite segment. The mailbag. You know what I mean? We have, his name is Art Dealer Nemesis. He's talking about when we said that we think Nas might take a break in 2024 after the grandiose run he was on.
Yes, sir.
He says, I agree, Nas deserves a break after the run he's had over the past 3 years. If he were to do another collab album series, people might think this is crazy, but it should be with Kanye. Ha! Run it back. Just saying. Sincere the Rap Snob.
We don't want no Nas and Kanye in 2024, 2025, 2026, in the foreseeable future.
Got it.
Nope, don't want it.
Dini.
That could be a blemish that could be corrected though. You know what I'm saying? That is one big blemish on Nas's career, that Nasir album. So if they could, I'm not saying it can happen or it will happen. I'm just saying if they could somehow rectify that and put out a nice little project together, that would be a game changer in the same way that a Primo Nas project would be a game changer. You know what I'm saying? He owes Nas after Nasir, bro. Nasir was terrible.
He does owe him, bro. Wesley Pipes, pause. Let me, you know what I mean?
Bro.
Hey, yo. You know what I mean? Wesley Pipes 5573 says, the New York bias makes this crap shit hard to listen to. He's responding to episode 88. I don't remember us being very biased in 88. I just think
maybe we were talking about the lyricist list, but other than that, where the fuck was the New York bias on 88?
We're just New York biased niggas, I guess.
I've learned, and I said this off wax, that if you're from New York and you have an opinion about rap, you're gonna upset people. That's just our reality in 2024.
Part of the shtick.
And going forward, I'm not gonna stop being who I am because niggas get mad. You know what I mean? Sorry,
bro.
You don't have to watch, Wesley. You know what I mean?
Turn that shit off.
we talked about J. Cole. We talked about Pusha T. You know what I mean? J. Cole, North Carolina. Pusha T, Virginia. You know what I mean? Like, we also talked about Nas and Benny. And Hov. Like, all right, but shit.
I'm
perplexed.
I'm perplexed.
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted.
Sincere, this one's for you.
Let's go.
Mr. ASAP Ab says. That's his name, ASAP Ab. We didn't do the lunch hour.
You got one ab, bro?
We had to schedule, one ab. He doesn't have a six pack. He has a one pack. Schedule conflict. You know what I mean? It's cool. You know what I mean?
I got one ab too,
low key,
bro.
Low key, bitches love one ab more than six. Low key. Low key, if you know, you know. We didn't do the lunch hour. Schedule conflicts and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I threw up the episode. Well, I think one of Lang's last episodes before he broke out.
Yeah.
The Bars Matter episode. And Mr. ASAP One Ab says, y'all say bars matter, but hype up Kendrick, who has only one good bar his whole life, and that's the 9 out of 10 bar on Nostalgia. LOL. Sincere the Rap Snob.
I'm so tired of this narrative that Kendrick doesn't have bars because he doesn't necessarily have one-liners or punchlines or anything like that. The man is a picture painter. You know what I mean? I don't understand, and this goes for present company as well. I don't understand how you can enjoy Nas and be a Nas fan and then turn your nose up and scoff at Kendrick. They're cut from the same cloth. They're storytellers. They're story builders. They're world builders. You know, you're not gonna get one bar like a Cassie or Big L. You're not gonna get a one bar that's just gonna hit you and punch you in the ribs. You're gonna get a series of bars, lyrics that are carefully crafted and built and layered on top of one another to paint a picture for you, to bring you into the world. You know what I mean? And so this whole notion that Kendrick does not have bars because there's not one single bar that will just punch you in the ribs. There's a flurry of bars that, you know what I mean, that will put you in the world that he's trying to paint for you. You know what I mean? You had Mike Tyson who would knock motherfuckers out one punch. You got Floyd Mayweather, who is probably the most gifted boxer in the history of boxing, but he's not known for the knockout blows. He's known for like the technical aspect and the hitting you with the flurries. You know what I mean? And so it's just what you want out of an MC. That is what it is. So, but this whole notion that Kendrick does not have bars, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Dina, you got something to add to that? Because I know what I'm gonna say.
I think he pretty much surmised that. As much as I cook Kendrick, I've never said the words he doesn't have bars. So that's just that's insane to me. You know?
Like, well, what's his name? Let me get that.
ASAP Ab. You said
Mr.
one Ab.
ASAP Ab. I'm not gonna say nearly as much as Sid said. I'm just gonna, kindly ask you to get the fuck out of here. In fact, no, stay, because we appreciate the view. Shut the fuck up. Because it's like, for you to even question Kendrick's lyricism in 2024, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
Not even like a bad album, like
bro,
overall. That's
like,
you said
shut the
overall,
fuck up, bro. Like stop being comfortable saying stupid shit in 2024. Like Kendrick is not, again, like Sin said, he's not a person who's gonna give you the knockout blow. But this nigga bars connect. You can't halfway listen to Kendrick. Everything is connected to the next bar.
And there are knockout blow moments though. We got to act like there's not moments.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, what he does with his ability to flow and world build and manipulate the pocket. Impeccable breathing. Like it's not just about punchlines. Like when I always say like the Heart Part 5, I said there was expert rap, Shogun level rap, is because it was world building, breathing, pocket work, flow.
Yeah, I didn't even get into the flow and all that.
It's like, if you love rap and you say some goofy shit about Kendrick like that, it's like, don't even say nothing else for the rest of the year. And it's only January, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here.
First 2 weeks.
Like, time out for the next 11 months.
I would have respected him if he said he thought Kendrick was overrated. Then we could talk. But to say he don't got no bars or one fire bar,
like, which wasn't even his album, that was Push's album.
The Beautiful Mind, Sincere the Rap Song. This is one of our roundtable OGs. He pulled up around the time we did
I remember
the verses.
Salute, homie.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Yeah.
It was the Heart Part Mind and it was Love Me More Meticulous. Those two, they was one of the early ones who hated our guts. They liked us, but they hated us at the same time.
Yeah.
The Beautiful Mind says, Sin will forever be the self-titled biggest Nas fan ever that said Jay-Z would beat Nas on a versus battle.
Yeah.
However, in caps,
okay.
Sin was 100% right on his takes this time around. He's talking about our Mos Def and Drake conversation. Anything to add to that?
I appreciate the support. It's about the balance and just, seeing things for what and how they are. I don't want to go down that whole rabbit hole about Nas versus Jay-Z on a stage,
right, with
the verses all over again. But appreciate the support. Glad you finally came around to my point of view.
Sincere, stay right there. You got a couple of compliments.
Sincere, rap snob.
Geeky Love 3603 says, Sin is the only one who appears to know the difference between hip hop and rap. User blah 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 blah. I don't know. He doesn't have a nickname, I guess. At name on YouTube. But he said
like
Sin
numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Sin was the MVP of this episode. Mos Def is right. 25 likes on that comment. Sincere, take your victory lap.
Thank you very much. Glad y'all see the truth. You know what I mean? Glad, I was able to shine my light on the table like Umi does. You know what I mean? Shine my light on the world.
Out of here. You know them lyrics though.
I hope you guys come around to where I'm at.
Yeah, please.
Shine your light for the world to see.
Come on, man. Design 4042 says a lot of podcasts and tweeters talking about they was outside hip hop was like this, what? Like this, like that, yada yada. Y'all was outside when the thing had already gone commercial. Now you slander the culture that birthed your generic favorites. People bigging up Puff and Big's mainstream faves like that was it back then. Mainstream buying records really got people changing history and laughing at the authentic. Design first and foremost, please use proper grammar. That was hard for a nigga to read it off of Little Migos. Dini, you hear his arguments about mainstreaming, whatever. What do you have to say?
How old is this nigga? He sound like he's 90, bro.
Probably like 50.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
no funny.
Like outside is to me a perspective. You get what I'm saying? Like outside could be a nigga that's in his 30s. Outside could be a nigga in his 20s. Like it depends on the age of the person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we were there. Like I was there in the mid 90s. You get what I'm saying? That's when I really got my feet on the ground as far as being outside with the culture. So it really just depends on each person. But like we got to stop the whole I'm older so I know more shit. Like as far as like the culture, you might be older but not be as tapped in as certain other niggas that's younger than you. You get what I'm saying? It's a level of maturity that comes with this fucking culture.
Here you go. Design. I just want to know. Let me know in the comment section. When One More Chance came on and Juicy came on, Hypnotize came on, were you standing somewhere in the corner just mad? Because say what you want about Big and Puff, they make great music.
Legends.
So were you just tight in the corner? Did you leave the party? Did you leave the club? Did you leave the lounge that you was at? Were you just mad? I just want to know. 2HQ says ninjas will kill haters in quotes, but not sellouts and frauds in quotes. It's about balance, dog. Sinajov had accurate arguments. Homeboy's not believing with what he's trying to portray, and we move the goalposts in the name of money selling product. It's the overdoing it that kills him. It's like if shiny suits or 50s bullshit WWE shit were allowed to go unchecked. He's talking about Drake and our argument.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say to that besides you're right. Like Drake has carte blanche. He can do what he want. Hip hop, the streets is not what it used to be. Like a nigga like Drake wouldn't have been like able to do this for this long in the 90s.
Ago. Yeah, like
early aughts. He came at the right exact time. So I'm not mad at this comment. So you got anything to add to it?
Nah, you got that.
Okay. Now, to see the rap snob has gotten his affairs in order. We got Walt with us, you know what I'm saying? Mesito couldn't make it, so we asked Walt to pull up and sub him to be the sixth man of the year that he already is. We're traversing uptown. It's snow, it's sleet, it's black ice, the whip is swerving. I almost crashed looking at a chick who looked kind of fly in her bubble coat because she was kind of fly, you know what I mean? You know the shows when they got the little bubble coats out, you know what I mean? They be looking all right, you dig?
Got her little spandex.
You know what I mean? Little spandex with the Uggs on and shit with the MCM bag, you know what I mean? That was a look a few years ago.
Hood jump.
You know what I mean? But we like that look. We get to Cecilia's block. We're making too much noise. He kicks open the door and he asks us to get off my lawn. Get the fuck off his lawn.
This might be the quickest lawn of all time because I'm on my Lang shit. I gotta
smack
hit. I gotta run, bro.
Talk heavy.
But listen, we already cooked this man, this boy, a little earlier. You know, thanks to Jarv. Little dinghy. Little boat.
Nah, I seasoned. You can cook.
Little Yachty.
Marinated.
Barely. You know what I mean? You got to get the fuck off my lawn, bro.
Talk heavy.
This motherfucker. Just 2 months ago, this motherfucker was on wax in an interview talking about hip hop is in a terrible place. The state of hip hop right now is a lot of imitation. Okay? It's a lot of quick, low quality music being put out. It's a lot of less risk taking. It's a lot of less originality. People are too safe.
Facts.
Everyone is so safe. I'd rather take the risk than take the L. Well,
take both.
You took both, bro. You're taking the risk and you're taking the L. And here's the risk that you took, bro. Like, you went after one of the most beloved beats and songs of all time.
Classic.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain shit you don't go after unless you're sanctioned, unless you have that Shogun in you. There's Troy, there's Shook Ones, there's Cream, there's Feel It in the Air. You know what I mean? And this is just it's such a weird beat to go after and try to rhyme over, because it's not the quintessential freestyle beat. You know what I mean? The other beats that I mentioned, you know what I mean, we've heard a lot of freestyles over them, and there's certain ones that hit, other ones don't hit. It just depends on your skill level. You know what I mean? There's certain beats that you just don't use unless you're Lupe. Lupe went after the Troy beat, and he kind of did his thing. So
Lupe's different.
Lupe's different, bar wise. You know what I mean? But Feel It in the Air, it's not a freestylable beat. It's like you have to bring some level of
Hold on, Sin.
message.
Hold on.
What's up?
You talking about the beat. You're not even talking about how
The
he
rhymes.
I'm getting there.
okay.
Slow cook.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's a crock pot.
I'm
'Cause
getting
I'm
there.
angry
This
again.
is why it's the lawn. You take the Feel It in the Air beat, right? And this is a song that it resonates with people. It resonates not just with Beans fans, not just with Rockefeller fans,
Everybody.
but with a whole slew, like the whole hip hop audience. Why? Because it's something relatable. Like, if the song is about you in the streets,
Tension.
right? And you feel it in the air, the tension, that you have your spider senses tingling. You grow up feeling like, yo, the heat is around the corner. This could be my day. Like, I gotta keep my senses sharp.
Head on the swivel.
You know what I mean? Head on the swivel,
Head up and
eyes
my
sharp,
eyes open.
looking at everything. You know what I mean? Make sure the block is cool. This could be my last day on the
Spin
block.
the block before parking.
The layers and the meaning behind this song is so prevalent to growing up in the hood, to the hip hop audience. And you take this beat, Lil Yachty, and you do some bullshit over it, bro. And I mean like bullshit. And I mean like, you not really saying nothing. You not saying it in no type of fly way. There's no style to it. There's not even a speck of a flow or a pocket or a rhythm or fucking nothing, bro. Like, your man's got on the beat. Your man's was better than you.
Bro,
How many times are you gonna get cooked on your own songs,
Then they
bro?
tried to make
Many
it a
times
drill
they
beat,
need.
son. That's where I'm at, bro.
How many times are you gonna get cooked on your own songs, bro?
They raised the BPM, son.
Bro, I listen. I went just on a chance. I went to the song he had with J. Cole.
Yep.
The secret recipe. You know how YouTube has that graphic when you scrub over certain joints?
Wow.
And it's like, this is the most listened to part of the video.
Wow.
His shit was flat as yo. You seen Tia's cheeks on Twitter? There was as flat as that, bro.
Oh no!
The shit did not spike till J. Cole started his verse, bro.
Oh man.
The
So niggas scrolled past that verse?
disparity between the two levels was crazy.
Cold
How
Black.
many times are you gonna get cooked on your own songs, man?
Cold
Give
Black.
it up. Put the fucking mic down, bro. We're tired of you.
Fat Joe.
But
Cut
he
the
ain't-
fucking mic off.
Yo,
A&R Drake.
no, fuck him, man. Fuck him. Fuck you, bro. Like,
Damn.
there's just certain things that are so culturally relevant. And I understand you want to be culturally relevant, and there's people that are telling you you're tapped into a certain thread in the culture. No,
He ain't
bro.
tapped in the shit.
You're not, yo.
I'm sorry, Sid. I'm
Bro,
sorry. I'm stepping on your
Drake
grass.
thinks different.
You're
somehow,
not,
but
bro. You're not good. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. You should have gotten bullied more as a child.
Oh no.
Somebody should have told you early on, rap is not for you, bro.
you're a better dot connector.
But I got the bag though, dawg.
Listen,
Broccoli.
look, if you are tapped into a certain energy, use that to discover new artists that are better than you, that are more skilled than you,
dog.
better rappers or better singers than you. You know what I mean? People were talking about that Lil Yachty rock album. The rock instrumental aspect of it was good. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good. But then you had the Yachty vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Sam wasn't a fan of walking Poland.
You're not a good rapper.
He wasn't a fan of walking Poland.
You just all around as an artist, you're not good, bro. Like, get off my lawn.
Yes.
Please. I'm so tired. I'm tired, bro.
Lil Yachty might have the worst voice in rap history.
Hit the button.
Get off my lawn.
Like
maybe the worst hair too.
Come on.
Get off my lawn.
Like Lil Yachty, that hat he wore in that video after sampling and raising the BPMs or filling it in the air.
That was the Himalayan sable hat from Seinfeld.
Come on, bro. Thinking that by trolling the old niggas.
Nah, that was the mohair joint. That was the mohair bootleg joint.
Thinking
like
because Drake,
the rat hair, yeah.
Thinking because Drake lets you around him to pick some beats.
Get off my lawn.
That you sanction.
Get off my lawn.
We fucking can't stand you, bro, because you suck. It's not because you're good or we're mad. It's because you suck and you won't go away. Joe Budden was right. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This has been episode 89 of the Rap Roundtable. Macito, we missed you.
Macito.
Chat, we loved y'all locking in with us for another round. You know what I mean? For the day ones, the day 400s, the day 800s, the people who do everything else have stuck with us because they fuck with us. You know what I mean? We love y'all. Dini, take us home, bro.
Stuck with us because y'all fuck with us. Y'all know what it is. We're coming up on 5 years soon, y'all. We're going to have a little anniversary joint for the
next
people.
episode.
You know what I'm saying? To really build with us on this journey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Denona Rosa. We coming for the pizza. We on the way. Shout out to Walt, the great 6th man of the year. Always hold us down.
Manu.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Macito. Couldn't be here with us, but he's always here with us. Shout out to Sincere, the rap snob. You hear the production, the technician. Placements 2024. If you need to get your skills right, come holla at Sin. He's not just a beat maker, he's a producer. Help you line your shit, get your shit right and authentic. Shout out to Jarvie, the fucking point guard, man. Flawless execution, flawless victory. The lobs effervescent in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm D, the balance of the force. And with our powers combined, man, it's the Rap fucking Roundtable. You know what I'm saying? The Roundtable merch, hoodies, hats, shirts, everything. Holla at us. Boom! 89, bitch!
Yes, sir. Fuck with us.